Good morning. This is Nick Stern with Robert L. Stern Financial Services. Hope you're all doing well. For those of you who are first tuning in, I'm a certified financial planner here. So welcome. Thanks. Hope everybody's enjoying the fall, other than having pretty bad weather down south. Hopefully everybody's recovered, or they're on their road to recovery down there, and hopefully everybody's all right and no one got hurt. In the Northeast, it hasn't been too bad. We've been experiencing some rather warm weather, which is very nice. And we've had some rain, but in the end, not too bad, particularly after such an amazing summer. Jumping right into it, we've talked about this before, but I really think it's important to really emphasize it. Long-term savings. That could be for retirement. It could be just literally long-term savings. But having long-term savings, and I mean long-term meaning 20, 25, 30, even 15 years down the road, is really, really important to have. Yes, I would definitely say before you start putting a good amount of money away, you have some sort of immediate liquidity available to you. That means having some sort of available cash in the event of a hardship, an opportunity, just as a nice cushion, so that if something does come up, as I just mentioned, you have that available to you. Saving for the long term, I will say, is it's sort of when you think 20 years away, you're like, oh, well, I can do that later on, whenever that works. I would really recommend getting away from that mentality. When it comes to retirement, the nation is more or less in a crisis. There are a ton of people. I don't have the exact statistics, but there are many, many, many people entering into retirement who do not have enough money. Just think about that for a second. You're entering into your retirement, meaning you either had to leave your work, you plan to leave your work, you're unable to work, whatever the reason may be. And or you most likely do not have enough money to basically that's going to allow you to live the way you want, or even if you have to do some budget cuts, so to speak, there's still a question of whether or not you're going to run out of money at some point during this time period. It's very scary. Most people don't have any type of backup plan, and in general, Social Security really does not provide enough income for people to live or maintain some sort of pre-retirement standard of living. So it's really important that you start now. Whatever amount that you're able to do it. It doesn't matter if it's $10 or $5. You want to check there might be some sort of minimum in your retirement plan or IRA or whatever you're choosing. But nonetheless, it's really important that you're doing something, and try to do something either every paycheck, whether or not it's through your employer-sponsored plan, or if it's something personal like an IRA or a Roth IRA. It's really important that you start saving now. Mathematically, you can never get back the time that you didn't save. Meaning, if you're 30 and you are planning on saving heavily for retirement when you turn 40, that 10-year period you can never get back. It is important that you start now. If you are unable to afford it, that's completely understandable. Don't fret. But when you do, when you're able, start doing it. Again, even if it's $10 a month, it's $120 a year. If you're totally against using some sort of investment, try to find something that's going to earn you something. Because we're looking so far out, in general, and this is according to your risk tolerance, but in general, short-term volatility is a lot less impactful to you or your portfolio 20 years from now than it would be if it was 6 months from now. Meaning, if you're looking to take the money out in 6 months, well, today's short-term volatility can mean a lot more than if you're looking to take this money out 20 years or 30 years away. So again, it's really important if you're working with somebody, ask questions, whatever it is, that's what they're there for. They're there to answer questions. You want to know about fees, anything else, they're there to answer questions. If it's something that you're doing yourself, look at all the information, assess what you want to do. But regardless of what it is, I would highly, highly recommend start putting some amount of money away. If you have a match at work, meaning that you have a retirement plan at work and you are not taking advantage of it, you are literally leaving money on the table. I would highly, highly, highly recommend whatever amount that you can do, take at least some advantage, if not full advantage of that match. That is, again, leaving money on the table if you're not taking advantage of any type of employer-sponsored retirement plan match. There are actually not as many as you would think doing that anymore, so if you do have that, you have a very good situation. If you have questions about the retirement plan or don't understand how it works, figure out who the plan representative is. If not, I'm always here to answer questions. Of course, we would welcome an opportunity to work with you. However, there is no obligation, so don't feel obligated if you have to call in and ask questions. There's a number, email, brand new website on the bottom of the screen. Please feel free to check it out. We're here as a resource. We're here to educate. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it, and I will see you next month.